Okay, welcome to Road to Infinity War, Avengers, Age of Ultron. Remember, if you like what you see, please hit subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos.
Is he's a sickness.
Aw, Junior. You're gonna break your old man's heart.
If I have to.
Nobody has to break anything.
Clearly, you've never made an omelet.
You beat me by 1 second. Yeah, huh? What's the vibranium for?
I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to take this time to explain my evil plan.
Okay, performances. I really like James Spader. I don't think we need to go over all the regular Marvel people because they're just always good. James Spader, and I read that he on his first day of shooting, he got a standing ovation from all the crew. He did such a good job. So
Well, his Ultron was great.
It was.
He was the perfect voice to be a robotic Ultron like that. I really thought that was a great hire. You know, Aaron Taylor Johnson as Quicksilver. I actually, hot take alert, I like his take better than Evan Peters from the X-Men saga. I mean, that was a very cool scene in Days of Future Past. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But overall, the character was kind of bland, where I thought, you know, Aaron Taylor Johnson's was a lot more like Quicksilver from the comics. He wasn't fully good guy. He had his sort of dark side, and I just thought it was a lot better.
yeah, and Scarlet Witch, and what's her name again?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth. I was gonna say Emily. Elizabeth Olsen. It makes you forget about her sisters. And I guess her.
There's only one.
Oh yeah, if you watch
Mary
Full
Kate.
House.
Mary Kate and Ashley is just one
Is
person.
it one person now? And those two, the twins, we're in a movie where they were both in Godzilla, where they played a wife and husband. And the next movie they made was Age of Ultron. So they were back-to-back movies together. So that was kind
When you said the twins, I thought you meant Mary Kate and Ashley. But you were talking about Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen. Yes, they played a married couple in Godzilla, which was another good movie.
Yeah. Is there? And you know, I guess they were in the contract not to make any reference to what the real place in the comic book universe. And if that, we talked about Fox, Disney buying Fox, or Marvel buying Fox, or Disney buying Fox, and putting them all together. That would have been really cool if they had been together at the time. But it's not how things work out. But they did a really great job with the second story.
So there may be no way to make you trust me. But we need to go.
Okay, now on to the plot for this movie. I really like the plot for this. I know there was a lot of references to other movies and setting up future installments. We meet Claw, and we know he has the vibranium that we learn if there's ever a Black Panther movie that comes out. Maybe we'll learn about him stealing it. You never know. And just a lot of really good, references to the Marvel Universe overall. I enjoyed it. I thought the fight scenes were incredible. I mean, the opening one was great.
Yeah.
The one on the oil tanker was really good. Hulkbuster versus Hulk was very entertaining. And then the final battle, on
Sokovia.
Sokovia, I cannot say that, on Sokovia when it was rising, was also tremendous. I mean, overall, excellent comic book movie.
And the things I liked about the plot, too, it was like Tony Stark, just like in the first Avengers movie, gave himself up. He was willing to die at the end to save everybody else. And he's done that in both Avengers movies, and it's he's the most narcissistic character, but he gives himself up when it really matters. So I think that's really cool that they did that in both movies. I wonder if it'll be like that in the next movie. He'll give himself up. There was one little
When you say the next movie, you mean Infinity War?
That's what I do mean, yes. One little plot hole that only bothered, it didn't affect the rest of the movie at all. It's just like, all right, first time they don't even know these two, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. The first time they're going to Avengers Tower, and Aaron, he says, Cap says, "You got 3 minutes. Get your stuff together." And the next scene, you're seeing Quicksilver grab a pair of shoes from a locker, and there's like 3 or 4 pairs of shoes there. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. They didn't know he was coming. But
Maybe he packed a bag,
and
brought it in and unpacked before they went in to talk to Iron Man.
for his sister too, right? So
Yeah.
she could put on that leather outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that really I didn't like.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that, but you're right.
You know, it was too smooth, but you know.
Look, I just need to know because the city is flying. Okay, look, the city is flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. But I'm going back out there because it's my job. Okay, and I can't do my job and babysit. Doesn't matter what you did or what you were. If you go out there, you fight, and you fight to kill. Stay in here, you're good. I'll send your brother to come find you, but if you step out that door, you are an Avenger.
Okay, other items of note and Easter eggs. You know, I think in the first fight scene when Cap, throws the motorcycle at the Jeep, I'm like, why did he have to throw the motorcycle? He could have used his shield and he would have still had a ride. I mean, it was a cool scene, but I thought it was a little strange.
Wasn't his shield still on the bike when he threw it?
No.
Oh, no.
It was on his back.
Oh, okay.
And then, I was kind of sad that Baron von Strucker died so soon. He's an excellent villain, so it's sad to see him go. Of course, he could always come back, but the MCU really hasn't been bringing back dead people. Maybe that'll change.
I like the fact that they don't do that.
Yeah, it does have its own things, and then we see the sun's getting real low line from Black Panther to calm the Hulk down, which we see in Thor Ragnarok. If they make a Thor Ragnarok movie, where Thor's trying to do it to him and doesn't go as well as it does for Black Widow, understandable.
I don't think Thor could woo me down like she could.
No, I think you're right. Stark's dream when the Scarlet Witch, is that foreshadowing or is it his own fear? Because he was the only one who really saw, was through the wormhole, saw outer space and everything there. So, if you noticed when they got into Quinjet, when they were leaving the Hydra base, it said Jarvis is my co-pilot thing, which is kind of a Whedon thing. He had Wash as my co-pilot from Firefly, so I think that was kind of referencing that. I kind of enjoyed it. I like the Cap line when he's talking to Maria Hill, and he says, "What kind of monster would let a German scientist experiment on them for their country?"
Yeah,
just kind of smiles.
Yeah, that was good.
One of the things going into this movie, finding out that Hank Pym wasn't going to be the creator of Ultron, I was very hesitant. I'm like, oh, I don't think I like this.
Didn't know how they were going to pull that together.
Yeah, and they did. They did a good job. It really worked out well. It fit Ultron and it fit the MCU, so that was a good change. I liked the Falcon line at the party about chasing cold leads. Once again, referencing back to the Winter Soldier and their continued look for him, which leads into Civil War a little bit, and we'll talk more about Civil War here in a little bit.
And if you're not watching for it, if you're not like a fan like we are, you're not going to catch stuff like that. If it's just like, oh, I'm just here for the action, But I like the layered plots like that.
We see in this scene Cap moves Mjolnir, which I don't think, since Mjolnir is now destroyed, maybe. He's probably never going to wield it. I thought for sure he'd wield it in Infinity War until it got destroyed, so we may never see that. But it was a nice callback to him, wielding it in the comics. Mm-hmm. I like the line, "How are we planning on beating that together?" Maybe that's something that'll bring them all back in Infinity War, since they've kind of splintered groups out. You got Cap's Secret Avengers, and you got Iron Man with his team. The Claw deal with Ultron went bad. I don't think he can make a deal without things going crazy, as we may see in a Black Panther movie coming up.
Perhaps, yeah. But he, Claw, that he already made Claw like a billionaire. He transferred all that money to him, and he's like,
Well, he did say something in Black Panther about not really needing money, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Link it.
In the scene 2 when Scarlet Witch is going up to do her thing on Hawkeye, and he puts a arrow to her head, and he's like, "I don't like mind control."
Yeah.
Referencing him being in I know Jeremy Renner in the first Avengers wasn't happy that he was basically under mind control for 90% of the movie.
Yeah.
When Widow gets zapped, we kind of see some of her backstory. Hopefully we see more of it in her solo movie that's coming out. And in the Thor...
If there's a solo movie.
Yes. And, we see in Thor's, Heimdall's eyes are normal.
Yeah. Actually, they're all white.
Right. Like, pupils. They don't have the soul stone color to them. Once again, possibly a little Easter egg saying that Heimdall does have the soul stone. We don't know for sure. Thor sees the Infinity Gauntlet when he's in that pool, or at least like the Infinity Stones looking like they're joining. Yeah. And then, we talked about Civil War earlier, and, that scene when they're at the ranch, Hawkeye's ranch, and basically Cap says every time someone tries to end a war before it starts, people die. And we kind of see why they're on each side in Civil War, already setting up that Captain America Civil War, 2 movies before it comes out.
The inner strife, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Feige does a great job of knowing what's coming up so they can weave it into the stories, and it makes sense when that comes out. I love that line too when he's like, "This is what we signed up for, but people of Slovakia? Sokovia." I don't know why I can't say that. This is what we signed up for, but the people of Sokovia didn't, so we need to get them to safety. Once again, they do a great job of showing why these guys are heroes. Mm-hmm. Not just defeating the bad guy, but protecting the innocent and, the people who can't. And, it kind of seems like Fury is kind of putting together a secret team, which I keep thinking as a Secret Invasion when the Skrulls came up, took place of a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Fury, before that it came out that this was happening, he kind of had some knowledge of it, kind of went into hiding so he could keep tabs on everything and kind of try to figure stuff out without interference. Kind of seems like what he's doing now.
That's what I like about Nick Fury.
Yep. And then, your favorite line from the movie.
So there's that scene where he's flying and he says, I got to hold my own. And then Tony says, if we make it through this, I'll hold your own. Best line in the movie.
You had to go and make it weird.
That's right, yes. Excellent movie.
And then on the helicarrier, when they're lifting the people off of the raised island, basically, he is the one who stood up to Rumlow in Captain America Winter Soldier. So I think Fury knew he was a guy he could trust. I kind of like, once again, these tiny little things in the movie that show how the people are thinking. Vision saving Wanda when everything's blowing up, when Thor and Iron Man are kind of saving the day. Vision's flying through and saving Wanda, which, if you comic book, that they kind of have an affair, or they're linked together.
I think they get married, don't they?
They get married. They have kids, which kind of goes weird, but that kind of looks like it's hinting at that. And then from the trailer for Infinity War, we might see more of that. And then at the end, we see Ultron basically destroyed with the Mind Stone, with the Vision. So is that something where maybe the Mind Stone keeps his patterns, unbeknownst to the Vision, because it is a pretty powerful artifact. And maybe we'll see Ultron again. Maybe not Infinity War,
maybe
but
Thanos can, with whatever he does, reboots it or whatever to get it going. I did have another question in that scene where Quicksilver dies and she feels it, and then she goes to Ultron and rips his mechanical heart out. He says, "Leave, or if you stay here, you're gonna die." And I'm thinking, she's, in your mind, what you've got going on, she's gonna die no matter what. You're gonna drop the city, and it's gonna kill everybody anyway. So he I guess it just wanted to show that he was concerned about her, but she was going to die no matter what.
But I think he too, they were already starting to stop his major plan. He knew it wasn't going to destroy the Earth, but at least he thought some people would die around it, so he was trying to save her.
With the benefit of hindsight.
Okay, this movie has a very short but very important after-credit scene. Well, mid-credit scene.
Mid-credit, yeah.
Yeah. Where Thanos just goes in, grabs a gauntlet, says, "I'm going to do it myself." Or what was the exact line, Keith? Can you say it just like him?
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Excellent.
That sounded like Clint Eastwood more than Thanos. But
Yeah.
sorry.